What's up, my people? You're now tuned in to Me TV. Now, we gonna bring you all the stories about the stories that we need to bring you stories about. You feel me? So, that's what we gonna do. Some stories might be good, some stories might be tragic, but hey man, that's how these stories go. I don't make it up. Now we getting into it. You feel me? So look man, bang the like button. Bang that subscribe button. You see them on the screen. Yeah, them right there. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Hit that right there. Now we about to get started with our story.
Yeah, Gus, we have to show you that video in just a second. Here behind me, you can see the scene at this very moment. The police actually pulled the vehicle involved in this crash away from the scene within the last few minutes. And what you see there is a police car and firefighters on the other side of it helping clean up what is left here on this scene. I have to tell you again, we have that surveillance video, and it's hard to watch. Surveillance shows an SUV, headlights on, parked on Parsons Boulevard. Around 5 o'clock Tuesday morning, a 41-year-old woman walks towards it. Shocking video reveals what happened next. Police say the driver, her 36-year-old husband, accelerated, crashing into her. Investigators tell us there is no doubt this was intentional.
I thought it was crazy. That's all I saw.
That car landed in Jeffrey Zhang's yard and mangled his wrought iron fence. Lots of people in this Flushing neighborhood are trying to make sense of all of this. Here's what we've learned so far. The couple has a history of domestic violence. Police say that their sons, 11, 9, and 6, were in that white Ford Explorer when their dad slammed into their mom. Officers arrested their dad on the scene. The boys were not injured. And EMS crews rushed their mom to New York Presbyterian Hospital. At last check, she's critical. This investigation had this area roped off all day.
The police just asked me for the surveillance.
Investigators are also working to learn more about the relationship between the husband and wife. Neighbors tell us that the husband doesn't live here, but the woman and her boys moved into the brick building on this block a few years ago. We found out that the police are reviewing this surveillance too. It shows the moment that the woman left her building, crossed the street, before police say that her husband floored that SUV, ramming her. Back out here live, you can see the scene at this very moment. I checked in with police within the last 10 minutes before we came on air. Their official spokespeople tell us this. At this point, they have no information on charges to pass on, but they say all of that is pending. Here behind me, we see an officer cleaning up. They're about to clear out of this scene. In Queens, Erica Byfield, News 4, New York.
Yo, you already know I'm back with another one on Me TV 1.0. And if you new to the channel, show me some love and give me that sub. Feel free, you hear me? And if you been here, man, like and share if you care. You already know, man, I appreciate all the love, man. The link to the Cash App is in the description. Let me know where you watching from. Let me know where you listening from, man. And like I said, man, we got crazy wild stories, but this one gonna head to Queens, New York. So y'all just hold on tight while I bring it to y'all. You hear me? We take y'all to Queens, New York. This is 41-year-old Sofia Geraldo. And unfortunately, Miss Geraldo is no longer here with us. So we like to give our respect, our love, and condolences to the family as well as the kids that also had to witness and experience this tragic situation. Because nobody should ever have to go through this, nor should anybody want to go through this. You know what I'm saying? But needless to say, things like this happens all the time, far more often than what we are aware of. That's my whole purpose of making this channel, to bring awareness to the stuff that we might not know about. The news in local areas only report the local news or the extreme news. They don't report the stuff that could fall through the cracks like this situation. Now, 41-year-old Sofia Geraldo was married to Stephen Geraldo, a 36-year-old male of Queens, New York. Now, this couple had 3 young kids, 11, 6, and 4. 11, 6, and 4. And I think all of them was boys. So, you have to understand, when you fall in love, you don't think about anything bad. You don't think about anything negative. You try to maintain the best situation as possible. But sometimes you maintaining the best situation for us mentally, physically, spiritually, and being positive, sometimes the other individual is the complete opposite. But I say that to say that her husband, Mr. Steven Geraldo, he was documented for having domestic violence cases against her. So this was a foreshadowing thing. This is foreshadowing. In some situations, it's the man who can't control his emotions at that point in time, and it never comes up again. And sometimes you have individuals that this is embedded in their mind. When they can't get their way or things don't go how they plan, they get physical with their spouse, with their woman. And this is the reason for DV. This is the reason for that, because no man has kept control 100% of the time. So sometimes things does happen. But when you have a documented history through criminally doing things like this, nobody wants to go to jail. But if you're showing that you're willing to go to jail to put your hands on the mother of your kids and the woman you love, then that kind of shows me you don't give a damn. But I'm going to give y'all more details. I'm going to let y'all watch this clip, and I'm going to give y'all my perspective and the whole real spiel on the whole situation.
Punching a rider on the subway back in August. One victim tells us she's prepared to die. 25 years behind bars. That's the sentence today for a man who tried to kill his estranged wife. Tried brutally to do it 2 times. And each time, Steven Geraldo had his kids in the car with him when he tried to kill their mother. She is not dead, but she's not conscious either. So what drives someone to do this? Here's NJ Burkett.
His wife's family got one last look at Steven Geraldo this morning in a courtroom in handcuffs, where he begged for forgiveness and apologized to his comatose wife.
Please forgive me for this unspeakable, unfathomable, unimaginable hurt I've inflicted upon you. You've always meant the world to me, and the last thing I ever wanted to do was hurt you in any way, shape, or form. I will always love you. You will always have a special place in my heart. I pray for your recovery.
But Sophia Geraldo could hear none of it, still clinging to life with a traumatic brain injury nearly a year after her estranged husband tried to murder her. Steven Geraldo admitted he deliberately ran her down with their 3 young children still strapped into the family's SUV. In this surveillance video, he floors the truck, and when it flips over, he will jump out and plunge a knife into her chest. In court, Sophia's father, Pastor Chuck Brooks, described his grandchildren as emotionally damaged without their mother and traumatized by what they witnessed.
In front of your own sons, Stephen, Manny, and Ian, you viciously attempted to take the life of their mother. You attempted to murder me and my wife's daughter.
The judge imposed the maximum 25 years in prison. A protective order will forbid any contact with his children.
Sophia Geraldo suffered multiple broken bones and severe neurological damage. She has yet to regain consciousness, and her prognosis remains unclear tonight. At Queens Criminal Court, Kew Gardens, Queens, NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
For my people who made it this far, man, like and share if you care. Drop down in the comments. Let me know how you feel. But look, man, as you seen, as you heard in those news clips, and for those of the people who didn't hear, he was set to drop off his kids at the mother's house, Miss Sophia Geraldo. Mr. Steven Geraldo, 36, was dropping off the kids. Called her outside, told the kids to keep their seatbelts on and scrap up, and proceeded to do the unthinkable. As he does the unthinkable, the car rolls over and flips, making him unable to get out his side of the vehicle. And he then crawled over his son with all disregard to their life, and proceeded to repeatedly harm and puncture the woman he called his wife and the mother of his kids repeatedly with a knife. It's no way this man should have got 25 years. The heinous and deliberate and premeditated acts that he has caused should not only earn him 25 years. And at the time of his sentencing, she was still alive. Now she's no longer living. So for a person, an individual, a man that's supposed to run the household, supposed to be a leader, supposed to be responsible, this ain't it. This ain't it. And the fact that he got on the courtroom floor and apologized, but then it was half-hearted because he started going on a rant about, I forgive you about this. How you forgive her? I understand you was hurting and you went through things, but it was clear that she was getting away from you, from your violence. It was clear, because look at the ending. You ain't have no regard for your own kids' safety. And the mother of your kids, come on now. Stop playing, man. This is why she was trying to, it's clear to any and everybody. And if it's not clear to any and everybody, something wrong with you. Yeah, man. This should be clear to any and everybody why she chose to get away from this individual. It should be right there in front of your face, because look at the ending. He was the reason to her ending. And this is a crazy, crazy situation. Any guys that's out here listening to this right here, man, come on, man. We got to do better. We got to control our emotions. If we going to do anything, let it only be yelling. Let yelling be the extent of your issues with your woman. Regardless. Whether it's good yelling or bad yelling. Whether you calling her out her name or whether you explaining. I'm not saying it's cool, but let that be the extent of the whole altercations with your woman. Because remember, if you steady doing this and doing that towards your woman, you expect her to continue to be who she is, continue to love you like that, continue to open her legs for you. Like, you gotta understand, you can't throw off the balance. You can't throw out the pH balance, and you can't throw off the mental and spiritual balance. You can't throw that off. Because if you throw that off, you're gonna throw the whole woman off. You feel me? Sometimes we just gotta take our L's, cut our losses, and continue and move on, man. Sometimes we build the castle and it get torn down and we gotta rebuild it. Sometimes that's just how it go. Do we want that? No. But is it life? Yes. And we can always keep working until it work out. And that's just how it goes, man. But this is a real crazy story. Real crazy story, man. Rest in peace and condolences to the family, man. And you already know, I'm going to hit you back with another one. I ain't going to hold you for too much more longer. You already know. This is Me TV 1.0. I appreciate every view, every like, every comment, man. Appreciate every subscriber. Appreciate every share, man. I appreciate it, man. The link to the Cash App is in the description. Show love by liking. Show love by commenting. Show love by giving that sub. Show love by sharing. It's all love. It's all currency. You heard me? One currency, and it's love. You feel me? But yeah, this Me TV 1.0. You already know I'm going to be back with another one. You heard?